Today we will be discuss about building sounds and putting sounds together. Phonetics and phonology. Introduction. Goals. Understand the difference between phonetics and phonology. Explore the ways that can write sounds down using the phonetic alphabet. Apply this knowledge to a text and consider some of the stylistic effect of sound choices. Phonetics is the study of how speech sounds are made and perceived. Phonetics is the science of speech sound which aim to provide the sets of features or properties that can be used to describe and distinguish all the sounds used in human language.
Phonetics is the basis for phonological analysis. It is the study of physical aspects of speech sounds, analysis the production of all human speech sounds, regardless of speech sounds.
Three stages in speech chain: the production of the message, the transmission of the message, the reception of the message, articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, and auditory phonetics. The organ of speech: the jaw, the lips, the teeth ridge or alveolar ridge, the vocal cords, the tongue, the hard palate, the soft palate, the uvula, the larynx, and the pharynx. The principal cavities or resonators: the pharyngeal cavity, the oral cavity, the nasal cavity, and the labial cavity. The vocal tract is the long tubular structure formed by the first three cavities. The process of producing speech: the air breathed in through the lungs and the air pressed out through our mouth cavity. Read the following twister. I take it you already know of tough and buff and cough and dough. Others may stumble, but not you. On hiccough, to rough, laugh, and true. Well done! And now you wish, perhaps, to learn of less familiar troughs. Phonology is about sound systems, how speech sounds are put together, and how they are stored in mind. The study of the way speech sounds are organized into patterns and systems. It is the basis for further work in morphology, syntax, discourse, and orthography design. Phonology analyzes the sound patterns of particular language by determining which phonetic sounds are significant and explaining how these sounds are interpreted by the native speaker. Consonants. Consonants include the sounds we represent as P, B, T, D, M, N, F, V, S, Z, L, R, H in the ordinary alphabet. All consonants are produced by entirely or almost entirely stopping the airstream coming from the lungs. When we almost entirely stop the airstream, we force it through such a narrow opening that the airflow at that point is turbulent and noisy. We classify consonants according to the following characteristics. A. Whether or not the vocal folds are vibrating or voicing. B. Whether the sound is made with a fully stopped or merely constricted earstream its manner of articulation. Letter C, wherein the mouth, the stoppage or constriction is made, its place of articulation. Letter D, whether or not air is flowing through the nasal cavity, it is called nasality. And letter E, whether or not lips are pursed or lip pounding. Voicing. As a warm-up exercise, make the sound F and keep it going for a count of 5. Now, make the sound of V and keep it going for a count of 5. Now, alternate these two. F, 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 V, 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 F, 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 V, 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 V. You probably noticed that V, 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 V had a vowel that F, 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 F did not have. That buzz is caused by the vibrating of your vocal folds, which you can check by putting your fingers on your throat or by covering your ears as you alternate F, 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 F and V, 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 V. Now, try the same exercises with the first sounds of the following words: tie, die, sip, zip. You should be able to feel the vocal folds vibrate as you make the second sound of each pair. Sounds produced with vibrating vocal folds are said to be voice. Those produced without vocal cord vibration are voiceless. Table 1 lists the voice and voiceless consonants of English. Voice sounds. Speech sounds which are produced with the vocal cords vibrating are called voice. Such vibration can be felt when touching the neck in the region of the larynx. For example, letter A, the D in den or den is a voice. Letter B, the Z in zinc or zinc is a voice. Voiceless. Pi, phi, tie, sip. Voiceless sounds. Speech sounds which are produced without vibration of the vocal cords. For example, in English, letter A, the T in tin or tin is a voiceless. Letter B, the S in said or sad is a voiceless. Nasality. Make the sound represented by M in the word palm and continue it for some seconds. As you continue it, pinch your nose and observe what happens to the sound. It should stop immediately. This shows that air was flowing through your nose as you produced this sound. Now, try the same little experiment with the N of pan and the NG of pang. You should find that the air flows through the nose in these two cases also. Sounds in which air flows through the nose are called nasal sounds. The air is allowed into the nose by lowering the volume, the soft palate at the back of the mouth. English has three main nasal sounds. Letter M, palm, clammy, mat. Letter N, pan, clannish, nut. Letter NG, pang, clingy. We classify English consonants according to three manners of articulation: stops, or full stoppage of the earstream somewhere in the oral cavity between the vocal folds and the lips, as in P, B, and M. Fricatives, constriction of the earstream in the oral cavity, producing turbulence and noise, as in F and V. Affricatives, full stoppage of the earstream, allowed immediately by constriction. Place of articulation. By place of articulation, we mean the area in the mouth at which the consonantal closure or constriction occurs. English uses only 7 places of articulation, which we describe and illustrate below. Manner of articulation. The way in which a speech sound is produced by the speech organs. Letter A, voice, and letter B, voiceless sounds. Vowels. Vowels are made by pushing air up from the lungs and allowing it to through vocal tract without obstruction. The easiest way to know if a sound is voice is to place your fingers and thumb on your throat and produce a sound. If you feel the throat vibrating or buzzing, then it is a voice sound. Try it now with a range of vowels. A diagram of English vowels. Suprasegmentals, stress, pitch, tone, intonation. They relate to aspect of pronunciation to go beyond the production of individual segments.